She is letting herself go just a little pigeon-toed on that stuff. Very beautiful. And now it's hitting me. Hi again, guys. This is video 2 for this week's Dancing with the Stars. Again, multiple good performances ahead of us. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're getting to Karamo's performance in a minute, which is going to be a contemporary dance to someone you loved. He just told a story about when he came out to his parents, his dad, and he stopped speaking for 10 years. And then his dad just recently reached out to him and he invited his dad to come to the show for this performance. So yeah, so this one could be an emotional one. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, we're off. Karamo and Jenna doing contemporary. Very beautiful staging. I like how their bodies are echoing the curve. Great emotion from him. Her dress looks like liquid metal in this light. It's very beautiful. A lot more fluidity from him. She's doing much of the heavy lifting with the moves, which I think is common for contemporary, but that was lovely. Very fluid. Wow. A little bit more her moment, but it was stunning. He's definitely conveying the emotion with his body very well. Very beautiful. Now it's hitting me. Yeah, definitely very impressed with that. Again, like, as you know, like, I'm not an expert with contemporary dance, but it just was, sort of objectively speaking as a dance, quite beautiful, quite emotional, quite flowing. There was a great like push and pull to the energy of it. I think that was definitely the dance I've seen from him where he felt most comfortable with it and where he was most, he embodied it the most. It seemed like he was very good like support for her on the lifts. When you have a really well-trained follow, they can make lifts work sometimes, even if you're not 100% there for them. And of course, vice versa, if you have a really good leader who's a pro, sometimes they can make lifts happen even if you're not doing exactly what you're supposed to be as the follower. With certain more technical ones, the follower has to be able to trust you with like all of their weight and to be the correct kind of balancing force, right? So much of lifts are not just strength, but physics, right? You got to have the counterweights, and different lifts have different kinds of counterweights. And so that worked really well. So even though I said like a lot of the tricks were very impressive on her part, and it was like more her moment, he actually did a really good job of being there for her with that. And again, just very flowing and musical for him as well. Scores for Karamo. 9 from Carrie. 8 from Len. 8. Oh, yep, that brought on the waterworks for Karamo. I think that's his highest by far, isn't it? Here we go with the Samba from Hannah, which I'm excited about. I'm really curious to see how that will go. Last time she did a Latin dance, there was no hip action to speak of. This time, I have a feeling that critique was in both her mind and her partner's mind. And so I think we're going to see some hip action this time. Dress is really pretty. Okay, some circular action happening there. Okay, some bounce action. Not bad. Yeah. More fluidity for sure. There's not really much of any figure eight action happening. Oh, that's nice. I like that. But she does have some of the bounce action, which is nice. She does, okay, a little bit action there. There we go. She's doing nice with this, with the rolls. Arms are nice, which is noteworthy because she doesn't. Latin arm styling is not really her background. Very nice. Okay, yeah. So first impressions of that. She always looks lovely while dancing. That was much more fluidity with the hips than I've seen from her on any of her other dances. That having been said, there wasn't much. The thing, again, I've talked about it before, the difficulty with Samba is that there are hip actions happening, or things that should be happening in different dimensions, okay? There's some figure eight, but there's also the bounce action, and there's the syncopated kind of timing, and all of those things kind of have to be coordinated with each other. And on that front, I would say it was just okay. She looked like she was having a blast out there. She looked beautiful. Her lines, again, were good. Her arm styling, again, that was sort of Latin style arms, which is not, like when she's doing the waltz and other things like that, or the Viennese waltz. I don't think she's done a waltz yet. That kind of arm styling it's very balletic, and that's her background, so that's easier for her to do. This was different, and she did it well. Footwork seemed good, I guess. I feel like the timing was decent, but not as punctuated as I would have liked it. In terms of the Samba rolls where they're rolling together, that she did quite nicely. And there was at times a little bit of bounce action, and I did just with the hips sort of like front to back. Again, I saw some fluidity that way. I've never really saw the hip kind of go around the corner, but a lot of growth for her with this, and it felt less. I tend to say with Hannah that it doesn't. She's very poised, but it isn't always as expressive. This felt a little bit more expressive. Maybe she let loose a little bit more. And so I enjoyed seeing that. So again, all in all, very nice dancing, good lines. As the judges pointed out, which I definitely noticed, she is not very grounded with the floor, right? I've touched on this before. Pretty much everybody needs to put more pressure into the floor with their feet. You do, of course, want to be light on your feet. What you at the same time have to do is have energy pushing downward into the floor, because that's your foundation for everything else you do. And when you are kind of just so lifted that your feet are kind of just grazing over the floor, but you don't have any energy down into it, it also makes it really hard to have good hip action because you don't have anything to push off of, basically. And hip action is in large part created through the knees and the feet, and it also requires balance, and you can't have the best balance if you're not grounded through the floor. Like, think of it like a tree putting down roots, right? You need that stability in order to do some of the fancier stuff. Scores for Hannah. 8 from Carrie Ann. 8 from Len. 8. It's all around? Yeah. Okay. Here goes Sailor, Brinkley-Cook, and Val doing a jive, which I'm excited for.
It's Sailor Brinkley-Cook.
Okay. Their outfits are adorable. Cute. That was fun. Nice. Good. Very nice. Very fun. Ah, a little more acting there. She is letting herself go just a little pigeon-toed on that stuff. Very nice. She's doing great with the kicks. This is definitely her best, like, performance-wise, if you know what I mean. Hopefully that made sense. Good. That was nice arm styling, too. Good. Good. That was nice arm styling, too. Very sassy. Very nice. I think that was her best performance. She definitely brought great character to that. She was really on top of like those kicks and such. There were a couple minutes in the beginning where I wanted to see a little bit more like extension with her arm styling, but then later in the routine, she brought it in. I thought that was adorable, and I thought it was very well done. And it was also a very jivey jive, which made me very happy. And the choreography was really fun, and she handled the tricks quite well. Her posture has also improved. She feels a little bit more poised, and she looked more confident. She was talking beforehand about how she has significant stage fright and always has. You could tell in her previous performances. That doesn't surprise me at all. Good job, Sailor. Scores. 9 from Carrie Ann. That's her first 9, isn't it? 9 from Len. 9 from Bruno. I love it. Okay guys, that was it for part 2 of this week's Dancing with the Stars video. Do you think that you agree with the judges' perspective on stuff with the scoring? Thanks again so much for watching, for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, so let's do it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.